Okay, so we're going to work on Solid 2, our second assignment in SolidWorks. I put in the same instructions as Solid 1 because we're following the exact same instructions as the last time. We're going to be using these 6 steps every time we create something. We're going to look at the 1 by 1 by 1 grid marks to make our assessment as to how big this item is, and we're going to draw it and then put it on an A4 landscape title block before we submit it. So let's take a look at this assignment and assess what the length, height, and width is. I'm saying that this is our front view here. So it looks like the length of our front view is 1, 2, 3, it's 4 inches long. Here's our isometric axis. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4 inches long. It would be 1, 2, 3 inches wide. And the total height is 1, 2, 3. So it's 4 inches long, 3 inches wide, and 3 inches tall. I'm going to attack this one a little bit differently this time. I'm going to start on the top view and look down on top of this, and I'm going to create this L shape, like an L bracket, and then I'm going to add a triangle into it. So I'm going to do this in 2 steps. Instead of creating a full brick and then cutting an angle off of it and then cutting this off, I'm just going to start by drawing an L bracket. So as I'm looking down on top of this thing, it's going to look like the number 7, actually a backward 7, right? It's going to look like this is what I'm going to see. So let me pause the screen share real quick so I can turn on SolidWorks. All right. And let me go back to new. I'm going to create a new part. Okay. And with this new part, I told you that I'm going to start on the top view. I'm going to go top. And I'm going to select normal to. And that was step number 1. Step 2 is to create the sketch. So I'm going to go sketch. Right here, I'm going to start that sketch, and I'm going to go with a line. I'm going to start that line at the origin and just go straight up, over, down, over, down, and over. So I'm just creating that. I'm creating the L shape. Remember, we said it was going to go up and over to the right. The length is 4 inches. The height or the width is 3 inches. So let me line property. I'm done with the lines. Let me smart dimension it. I want to be 3 inches wide. I want to be 4 inches long. And I want the thickness of my material to be 1 inch. And that's both here and here. All right, pretty simple. We just said that it was 4 by 3 and the thickness of our material is 1 inch. Very good. Let's exit the sketch. It says exit. And let me rotate this a little bit so we can see what we're going to do. The sketch is still highlighted. So now I'm going to go feature and Extrude Boss. And we want to make the height of this thing. If I type in 3 inches there and then enter, it should pop it up like that. Very good. So there's our 3-inch height and check mark that we're done. Very good. So there's our L bracket. And now on the bottom, I want to create that triangular piece that fits in here. It's flush on the bottom, but only goes up 2 inches tall. So actually, I'm going to go to the bottom of this thing, highlight the bottom, and go normal to the bottom. Okay, and so now this this triangle piece is going to go right here. It's not going to go all the way to this end piece. It stops 1 inch short, but it does go all the way from this corner. So I've highlighted my plane or my side that I'm going to be working on. So that's step one. Step two is create the sketch. So let me go sketch. Step number two is also to create that sketch. So let me get a line from this corner. And I'm just going to go down somewhere in here. Just make sure that I'm on the line. It turns orange when I get on the line. I'm going to go back to this corner here and up to this corner here. Let's dimension that. Well, we've created our sketch. Step three, dimension the sketch. So let's go, I'm done with the line property. Then I'm going to go dimension. And I want the distance from this point right here to this point right here. I want that to be 1 inch. So I'm going to click on that point. I'm going to click on that point. It's kind of tricky to get it. And I want this measurement to be 1 inch. And notice it adjusted the triangle to match that. And that's really the only dimension I need to put in because it's attached here, and I know the distance here. So we're good with that. So I'm done with that. Let me exit the sketch. I'm going to spin it sideways because the height of this is going to be 2 inches. So let me go to a feature, Extrude Boss. We're going to add. Now, obviously, I don't want to add that direction, right? So if I go over here to the direction and click on this little arrow, it changes it the other direction. So either here or here, or I can grab this handle and drag it. You can drag it with the handle. And this is the direction I want to go. And the size of it is 2 inches. So let me, whoops, I want to go 2 inches this way, enter, and check mark. So there's the object that we wanted to create. That's what the thing looks like. Let's put this thing on paper, but first let's save it. So let me go save as. I'm going to call this solid 2. Save. Then I'm going to go up to new drawing from part. And I'm going to go A4 landscape. Okay. Okay. I'm going to come up here to view layout and then model view. This time I want solid 2. Double click on it. I want the front view, top view, side view, and isometric view. After I'm done, I check mark that that's all I need, and then I can move these things around as needed. Let me turn off the hidden lines here. Simply checking on that one. Let me see, are there hidden lines here? No. Are there hidden lines here? No. Are there hidden lines from this view? No, there are actually no hidden lines again in these views here. So let's fill out the title block. Let me right mouse click and go edit sheet format. Double click in here. All capital letters. If you're not real happy with the size, you can always you should be able to change the font size here. Let's see, does it give us font size? Come on, there's got to be a way that I can change the font size. What am I overlooking? Anyways, when you're done, right mouse click, edit sheet. That will put it back in into your drawing mode. And then this is what we're going to submit for your drawing. Trying to see if there's a way right from here. If we can, let me see if sheet number 1, can I right mouse click and let me see if I can export it straight from here. I was thinking maybe we could export straight from this this view here. File. So I guess you could save it as a PDF, or sorry, as a JPEG from here. Oh yeah, I guess we can save it as a PDF. So there wasn't an export, we just have to do a save as, and you could save it as a PDF, as a JPEG, as a PNG. All of those can be right from the save as command. Okay, so there was solid number 2.